organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, a new way to shop. Find out what downtown businesses are doing to make it easier for you to spend.
Come Saturday, this entire stadium will be filled with 70,000 fans. I'll have more coming up on what you need to know to stay cool this weekend.
And in sports, pregame. Enough said.
We have all that and much more because your pregame edition of Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for joining us this Thursday evening. I'm Muriel Kone.
And I'm Reed Chandler. And we begin today with a phrase for you: one gift card fits all. Yes, you heard right. Over 80 Iowa City businesses are coming together to make life a little easier for Iowa City shoppers. Daily Iowan TV's Chelsea White gives us more.
Card you can use on coffee, clothes, and necklaces. Iowa City Downtown District recently began this program to further support downtown. Executive Director of the Downtown District, Nancy Bird, told us the gift card initiative is all about boosting downtown revenue. White Rabbit is a locally owned retail store and is one of the 85 businesses included in the program. Paintings of famous Hollywood characters, sunglasses, and jewelry, and even these stylish pillows can be bought with fashionable clothing within White Rabbit. Would you like coffee with that shopping spree? If so, you are in luck. Java House is also included in the program. Assistant Manager Kate Crone told us how this program will impact Java House and the community.
I think it's really great that they're banding together to help us grow in a positive way for our community, and I think the Java House really stands for that and appreciates that and is so entrenched in the community that it was kind of a no-brainer for us to get involved.
It's a great gift for anyone. It is available at Midwest One Bank in downtown and soon the Englert Theater. Reporting to you from downtown Iowa City, Chelsea White, Daily Iowan TV.
All right, thanks for that, Chelsea. And I know I don't need any more ways to spend money as a college student, but it's good to know there's a card for that.
Food, music, and laughter filled Courier Hall today as students gathered to celebrate Community of Color. For the 7th year in a row, the Center for Diversity and Enrichment put on this event to help students relax and get familiar with resources in their first week. The center hopes to provide support to minority students and expected over 300 attendees this year.
I believe the primary goal is to build community among the students that we serve.
And still to come on tonight's show, we'll put a spotlight on one of Iowa City's newest officers and what he's doing to influence the area. Our first Spotlight Iowa City segment here very soon.
And in sports, get your pregame in. It's on the way.
But first, let's check in with Kelsey Knief in the weather studio. It's been a very, very hot week. And Kelsey, I'm really hoping for a cool weekend, especially since I'm going to be outside all day for our first home game. Kelsey, is the heat going away?
Sorry, Reed, but the heat isn't taking a break this weekend. Friday morning will be 81 and sunny, but by mid-afternoon, we'll be seeing temperatures near 98 degrees. Some rain might slip in during the evening, cooling us off at 85 degrees. Game day Saturday will be a scorcher, reaching a high of 90 degrees. So make sure to put on some extra sunscreen when you head out to Kinnick Stadium. The hot weather will stick around on Sunday with a chance of scattered thunderstorms, a high of 89 degrees, but expect a refreshing Labor Day with the temperature dropping to a pleasant 78 degrees. Tuesday and Wednesday it will be warmer slightly with high expected in the 80s. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Kelsey, thanks for that. And guys, don't forget to drink a lot of water on the game day on Saturday. The University of Iowa is reducing water bottles in Kinnick to half price, and you're allowed to bring an extra one in, so there's no excuse to stay hydrated. And you may have noticed that there's more greater police presence downtown in Iowa City.
This actually began in January when the city received 2 new grants for new police officers.
Well, we have our Thursday segment of Spotlight Iowa City here for you now with Daily Iowan TV's Rebecca Hager, and she's going to tell us just about all of these new additions. Rebecca, how are the businesses responding?
The downtown businesses love having an officer downtown so much that they offer to chip in $10,000 per year for the first 3 years. And the officer that they hired, David Schwint, is already making a huge difference.
I was honored to be selected.
Officer David Schwint is humble about his job.
I'm always cautious to pat myself on the back because I'm not down here for me.
But that doesn't mean he's not good at it.
Talked at like
Since joining the Iowa City Police Department in January, he's been focusing on relationships.
Awesome guy. So,
Charlie Nusser, manager of Hans Jewelers, works personally with Officer Schwint.
But right away, he's someone you could talk to, very personable guy, and probably just the easiest guy I've met to talk to.
For downtown businesses, Officer Schwint is just a phone call away.
I get to work with those businesses day in and day out.
So much that he already has a nickname.
I call him LT.
Officer Schwint also works directly with the homeless. He directs them to make better decisions.
It helped me out, staying out of trouble.
And builds friendships and accountability.
I think he's an awesome cop. I would love to have him around here for a long time.
Officer Schwint says it's a rewarding job.
I have the business owners walking by that say thanks for being here, and I get the citizens walking by with families or thanks for being down here.
Thanks, Rebecca. And one such initiative, as she just mentioned, is the PEDMAL program. In exchange for your cash, officers are now offering up opportunities to do some community service. If you get a ticket downtown, you can pay your fine by taking up arms to clean up the PEDMAL and the surrounding area. The program is set to begin on September 5th. All right, and I am ready to go for the first game on Saturday, 7 a.m. I'm waking up, it's happening. I take tailgating very seriously.
And you know what, Reed? We have some people ready in the sports studio to tell us what we should expect.
Exactly. It's our first edition of Daily Iowan TV Sports pregame, and I know Josh Bolander and Laura Moss have been working really hard on this, so guys, take it away.
Daily Iowan TV Sports is set for the return of Iowa City's finest attraction. The players and coaches are eager and ready to go this season, and we're inviting you to join us every Thursday night to become more prepared than ever before. Pre-game is your inside playbook to the entire 2013 to 2014 Iowa Hawkeye football season. We'll tell you what to watch for and what players who will be making a difference every Saturday on the gridiron, and get an insider's look at what to expect for every game and why. So whether you're a die-hard Hawks fan or just curious to see how the stats stack up for the black and gold, we've got you covered in what looks like to be one of the most unpredictable seasons in quite some time.
It's helpful to get off to a good start in anything you do. Going to class, starting a game or whatever, and starting the season. But no matter what happens, no matter how it starts out, and you have to keep pushing forward. You really can't dwell too much on what's going on. I'll go back to being 2-2 or 3-3. And the sky was falling in both those cases. You can't worry about that. You got to worry about what you're doing moving forward.
While the University of Iowa may have enjoyed success in the non-conference before Kirk Ferentz took the reins of the Black and Gold, there is no denying the head Hawks' success outside of the Big Ten since taking over the program in 1999. His impressive 65% win percentage ranks fourth among active coaches in the conference, trailing only Ohio State's Urban Meyer, Northwestern's Pat Fitzgerald, and Nebraska's Bo Pelini. Even after dropping his first 2 season openers as head coach of the Hawks, Ferentz tends to do well on the opening Saturday of the college football season, picking up the W in his last 12 openers at the helm of the Black and Gold. Iowa's run of 12 of 14 opening day triumphs includes an 18-17 victory over this weekend's opponent Northern Illinois at Soldier Field in 2012. The Huskies' record against Big Ten foes? Less than stellar. In 40 previous matchups against Big Ten competition, NIU has won only 3 games, while tying 1 and losing, get ready for it, 36 times. Another thing that will almost definitely worry first-year head coach Rod Carey is despite a historic season that resulted in the school's first ever BCS appearance last campaign, only Jordan Lynch returns as a top skill position starter, with former running back Leighton Settle and superstar wideout Martell Moore exiting stage left after finishing their careers in DeKalb last season, meaning the Huskies' dominant offensive line will once again have to create the space Lynch needs.
It's going to be a great test. again, I think the one thing about Northern, if you just focus on the quarterback, you're missing the boat. You know, there's 3 years of success there. There's more than 3 years, but the last 3 years, tough to match those numbers. So they've got a lot of good players, a lot of spots, and where I'm going on this, I mean, they've got a good Big Ten offensive lineup.
Carey will be looking to turn his new school's luck around versus the Black and Gold, with NIU yet to pick up a victory in 8 previous games versus the Hawks. That's our final note from Inside the Numbers, and now we're heading back to the studio. And with that, hello and welcome back to our Daily Iowan TV pregame show alongside Miss Lauren Moss. I'm Josh Bolander.
A lot still to cover on the program today, with the Hawks and Huskies set to take the field inside Kinnick Stadium in a little less than 48 hours.
Now that we've got you up to speed on everything you need to know, how about a little insider information?
Our own Alyssa Bergamini has the inside scoop on the mindset of linebacker James Morris. The man tasked with stopping dark horse Heisman candidate Jordan Lynch.
Alyssa Bergamini alongside James Morris. James, as a senior and a prominent leader, what will you do this year to bring your team to success?
Just try to lead by example, obviously, and go out and do my job every day, and then hopefully if I can pull guys along with me, that's great.
And Coach Farron said in his press conference he feels more confident going into this season than he did last season. How do you feel going into this season?
I'd probably make a similar comment. Obviously, this year's a new year. Last year's behind us, and what happened last year is really going to have no impact on this year. It's a new opportunity, and it's what we make of it, and we're preparing to hopefully have a successful season.
And what are your expectations against Northern Illinois? I know you guys played them last year in Chicago. How will it feel to play them here in Iowa City?
It's exciting. They were a great team last year. I would assume that they're going to be a great team again this year. A lot of returning starters, playmakers on offense and defense, so we expect a challenge, and it should be a competitive game.
And first weekend, a lot of hot weather. How will you guys hydrate?
By drinking a lot of water. Obviously, you want to eat right, drink, get your sleep, all that stuff, that everybody can sort of recite. And then obviously making sure that you're well rested before the game and then hydrating during the game.
Lauren, in case our viewers don't quite remember, this play on special teams was the difference between an opening day loss and Soldier Field glory on opening Saturday in 2012.
That's right, Josh. Greg Castillo's spectacular special teams effort ensured the Hawks got the better of their DeKalb counterpart in that nail-biting afternoon. And after pulling Hawkeye Nation, Black and Gold fans are anticipating another game that will come down to the wire.
But as we showed you earlier, the stats suggest otherwise. So why the low expectations in Hawkeye country? Get ready for our first installment of our weekly feature, Ross Rants.
Thanks, guys, and welcome to Ross Rants, the weekly pregame show where I break down a portion of Iowa football and other sports right in front of your eyes. This week we're talking about the optimism, or pessimism rather, surrounding the Iowa-NIU matchup this Saturday at Kinnick Stadium. Now, in the Daily Iowan poll, only 51% of voters chose Iowa to defeat Northern Illinois this year, and I just don't understand that. Now, I'm the ultimate pessimist when it comes to Iowa football, just ask anybody I know, but I do not understand what the pessimism is around this Iowa football team. Iowa defeated Northern Illinois last year in Chicago, Illinois, and I just don't see Iowa getting any worse than they could have last year with a quarterback in James Vandenberg, who only threw 7 touchdown passes all season. This year we have Damon Bullock coming back along with Mark Wiseman, who should really run the show on the ground for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They did it last year against Northern Illinois, and I don't see why they can't do it again. My prediction, Iowa wins big, not so much of an upset as other people think, against Northern Illinois in the season opener. Back to you guys.
And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight, but be sure to tune back in this Monday for highlights of everything Black and Gold. And remember, on Iowa,
beat Northern.
Josh, Lauren, thanks a lot for that excellent first pregame. And that wraps up everything we have for you guys tonight.
But make sure to catch our Friday's edition of Daily Iowan. Read about what replacements Johnson County will make to the secondary roads building.
And find out what the City Council has cooking for their next meeting.
Thanks for tuning in into pregame edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check us out anytime online or at the same time on Sunday at 9 p.m.
Have a great night, guys, and go Hawks.